Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a LaColors review for you guys. I wasn't going to review these palettes, but I thought that it would be kind of nice to do a little more insight on the palettes, as well as insert swatch pictures of looks I've done, link the tutorials I've done in the description box as well. These are $1 each. Right now you can find them at Dollar Tree, Family Dollar, and Dollar General. I actually found Rose at Dollar General, Nude at Family Dollar, and Smoky at Dollar Tree. Those are three places you can find these. Of course, they're $1 each, and they are in the holiday section. I'm kind of marketed it as stocking stuffers. All three palettes have a nice balance of matte and shimmery shades, and Smoky actually has metallic shades in it. These are pretty great pigmentation, especially for Smoky and Nude. I was pleasantly surprised with those, but Rose is quite a bit less pigmented, and a few of the shades, of course, are going to be grabby and patchy, and that is especially with Rose. That's my opinion. Someone out there may have a different experience than me, and that's fine. There is quite a bit of fallout with all of these palettes, which to me is kind of to be expected. You know, they're cheaper palettes, but that's okay. I really enjoy that all the palettes have a really nice mix of light and dark shades, so it makes it easy to come up with several different looks in one palette. And also I have mixed and matched these to create looks as well, and these are great to me. These are great. I've always been a fan of LaColors, but there was a few things I wanted to bring to the light. Each of these palettes, one of my favorite things is, and those who watch my videos and know me will know what I'm going to say, they have highlight shades. Yes, there's at least like one kind of shimmery highlight shade and one matte shade. Well, I'm a big fan of the highlighting shades. They are like magic erasers, and I love them. So whenever cheaper palettes have designated highlight shades, to me it's like amazing, especially if they're matte, because a lot of palettes don't do that. These do last all day without creasing, but I do use the LaColors eyeshadow primer with them. Another great thing about all these palettes for $1 is they all have transition shades, which a transition shade is a shade that you're going from your lid color to your brow bone, also known as a crease color as well. Or you can use transition color, crease color, outer corner color to make a really nice faded blended look. It's all about personal preference how you like to wear your makeup, but there is matte and shimmery transition colors in all these, so I think that's really awesome. And each palette has a nice balance of warm and cool tone eyeshadows, which is always nice, so you can warm up a look or you can wear a cooler toned look. It's really nice. And of course, with all the palettes, you're going to run into maybe a shade that needs a bit of work. I wanted to tell you guys these eyeshadows are buildable, which is great. Also, they do blend very nicely. They blend out really nicely. Now, a couple of shades when you start to blend over them, you just lose them completely. They like disappear. You have to keep reapplying. I don't care to work with shadows. That's fine. That's neither here nor there. But just so you guys know that some of the shades you do lose when you go in to blend. So I wanted to give you some tips on how to make some of the eyeshadows appear more pigmented and for building them up. So for max pigmentation, you're going to want to pat the shadows on your lid and not sweep them, because you start sweeping, you're going to lose color, you're going to maximize your fallout. So pat shadows on your lid. And then another thing is you can also use a secondary base, so something kind of tacky or sticky in a way, so the eyeshadow can have something to adhere to, and it's going to come off more pigmented if you give that shadow something to grab onto. So another tip is to just use a plain old sponge applicator. Those are really best for packing the shadows on, building them up. A couple of the crease colors that I used did need a bit of building. You'll see that in the tutorials linked in the description box below. If you work with them, they will work with you. So just keep on building and applying. Basically all the key areas I wanted to hit on, and now I want to take an individual look at the palettes. First up, we have Smoky palette. So this one definitely focuses on metallic shades and the darker shades, obviously because it is a smoky palette. I do love the packaging on these. I forgot to hit on the packaging. The packaging on these are pretty good. I love that. And they clasp pretty nicely. They open up. You get 12 eyeshadows. So as you can tell, there is a couple highlight shades in here. There is these metallic silvers here. There's a metallic bronze. This shade really warms up a look. I love that one. That's my favorite shade in the palette. And there's a few shades for pops of color. And of course you got some darker shades there. You could technically do a regular everyday kind of look with this palette. A pop of color look, a smoky eye, and even a colorful look if you wanted with this particular palette, if you wanted to. Next palette here we have Nude. Now once again, I do love the packaging on these. They're so nice. 12 eyeshadows once again. Now the special thing about this one in particular is all the shadows are matte, and they are decent mattes for $1. This is your everyday palette. If you're not a fan of colors, you're afraid of colors, or just do something in general, like a job or something that requires you to only be able to wear neutral eyes, whatever the case may be, this palette is for you. And I just love that they're all matte. Look at all the highlighting shades you get. There's at least 3 in there. Transition color, definitely. That will warm up a look. I love that. And of course you have some darker shades that can double as lid colors, crease colors, outer corner colors, lash line colors. You can get a lot of beautiful looks with these. I think these palettes are perfect for any makeup lover that isn't too picky about brands. The last eyeshadow palette is Rose. This palette definitely caters towards your more girly, feminine eyeshadows, and most all of this palette is shimmery. You get 2 matte colors here. You can get like a stark white and a peachy tone, and those are highlighters. You can also get away with probably using this one for a highlighter possibly. And this one's a really unique shade to all the palettes. It's an opalescent shadow. Basically this eyeshadow is a light shimmery pink shadow with shifting effects. So you can apply this over a regular base and it's going to look like a light shimmery pink. You apply this over a black base and it's going to look slightly different. And it's pretty neat. If you like the more pink and feminine shades for your eye looks, or just every now and then, definitely check this palette out. I will say that a couple of the eyeshadows are kind of difficult. Like I said before, some of them are grabby and really patchy in this palette. Like that's the darkest shade in the palette and it's extremely patchy, and when you go to blend it out you're losing color. And this one, the beautiful cranberry kind of shade in the palette, I've tried to make it work and it's just, that one is another one that's not really buildable. So these two right here, highly disappointed in. They're not, like I said, they are not buildable in any way. Like I've tried and tried packing it on, patting, all that stuff. Now a lot of times pinks just aren't my cup of tea. But if you love that kind of thing, I would say definitely for $1, check this palette out. And honestly, there's a ton of different looks you can do with this. I love that they have like this weird, like warm, metallic, orangey peach shade here because it just offsets the palette. And you can go in a totally different direction with a look. It's actually a really gorgeous shade. But yeah, that's about all that I can say about all these palettes, you guys. They are great. I do recommend trying out at least Nude and Smoky if you see them. And Rose is nice too, but not as good as the other two in my eyes. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, found it helpful. Thank you guys again for watching. Let me know if you have any other comments, concerns, reviews, kind of things in the comments below. And don't forget to check the description box, and thank you guys again for watching.